Well, hello YouTube, another day to shop. Yes, I was able to get in here. Got my, I don't want to say work clothes on, but got my other shirt on and everything. Had to lose a little bit of weight, so I decided to change. I have to say, this thing last night, I don't know if you saw my last video. I love this chair, this mechanic chair. I broke it. So that's what you watch the other video at the end, you'll see me kind of falling over. And it's because I broke it. But I'll have to say, I reached out to the company today, no questions asked. Zero. Not one. They're shipping me a new one. So companies that get it. I love doing business with companies that get it, and I love promoting businesses or companies that get it and stuff. So if you're looking for a great utility chair as you're building your airplane or working in your car or whatever, go look at Mycanic. It's spelled Mychanic. They're an American company based out of, I think, Nashville. I think they're part of a conglomerate or whatever. But I'll just tell you, great, great company. Like, no questions asked. Sent them a picture in their email, and they are sending me out a new chair, and unsolicited. I'm telling you guys this. I just believe in supporting companies that take care of their customers. So enough of that. So what we're going to be doing today in the shop is we've got this guy. This is called the deburr. And we've got to do a lot of operations on this, plus we got to do a lot of riveting. As you guys noticed last night when we were in the shop, we did a lot of drilling, a lot of match drilling, getting all the holes to line up, making new holes and stuff like that. Well, today we're going to start assembling, or we're going to finish our match drilling that we have to do. No riveting, but we got to get everything deburred, taken apart, deburred, and ready to be primed for paint, for priming and stuff. So that's what we're going to do today. So not an exciting day, not a whole lot of assembly. It's just all the prep work that has to be done in order to build a quality product. So with that being said, I think you guys know the routine. This plane is not going to build itself, so I got to get to work. All right, YouTube, this is what we got going on here. So bear with me. So we've got this one. This is the actual foot that we're going to go with. This is the one that I did earlier that we're going to replace. But I went ahead and got this mocked up because dimensionally the piece is going to be exactly the same. Man, that air hose is, I got to look at that. Dimensionally this way, it's going to be exactly the same. And this way here, it's going to be exactly the same, except the new piece, I'm going to have the foot that comes out. Like if you see here, see how that foot comes out? See how that dog leg's out? So the new piece, this one here is straight up and down, which will not work. So, but I went ahead and drilled these and got these. Now I took my measurement, and the difference between this one and the way that I did it is I used my micrometer here, and I measured from this edge to this edge, and this edge to this edge, and the difference between the two is right there. So that is definitely well within tolerance. And let me tell you why, because when you mount these, I did read ahead. First rule, don't read ahead. I read ahead, and these actually get shimmed, so you have to make shims to adjust the depth of these, and everything. And so, and then the other thing is that to let you know how much that actually is, as far as to give it, besides the number, right? So if I zero this out, let me tell you how big of a gap that is, or difference between the two. And I took this measurement about 3 times. So it is about a hair. I don't know how to get it with the light So you can see that. That's how much they're off of each other. So I don't know. I always use the word government work. I think that's good enough. Now, granted, I'm going to replace this one with the leg, but dimensionally this way, which is what I'm looking for, they're going to be the same size. It's not going to be any different. So I am happy with this. This will allow us to proceed. So what I've done, here's my straight edge. That's on there. So what I'll do now is I've got to take this all apart. We got to degrease everything. You know, we got to scarf it up, degrease everything, and then get it into paint and get it painted. Yeah, see, this is what happens when chips get in between, drilling chips, and this is why you should deburr your holes. I don't know, I want to show you that. See that is the burr of the drilling oration that's keeping that piece from sitting flush to the part. So yep, look at there. See, didn't even have to. I knew exactly what was going on, and that's why you should deburr your holes after drill. Yeah, there's a pretty good burr. So I got to deburr all these holes and everything and get this thing ready to go into paint, and then we'll get it painted. And of course, this piece should be here Monday, Tuesday next week, so we'll work on that and get that set up. But that should allow us to get this in the paint. And at this point, I think what we'll do, like I said, take it apart, get it scarfed up, get it ready to go to prime, get it primed. And then what we'll do is that we've got to build horizontal stabilizer. We got to build like a cradle system to hold the horizontal stabilizer. So that's what we'll do until the other part comes in, because we're going to need that in order to support the stabilizer. As you can see, this is fairly long, and being able to hold it, you know, this is basically half of a wing for the part, or a quarter. It's about a quarter of the wing's length. So yeah, we're going to have some kind of support. Right now I got it up on blocks, and this is cumbersome as heck. So that is the next order of operation. So like I said, at this time, if you want to continue to watch me break this down and get it ready for paint, you know, stay here, or if you've seen me do that enough times, you can stop right now and I'll give you back some of your day. All right, YouTube, here we go. Oh my gosh, many hours later. Many hours later. There's all the parts, all sanded sanded, scuffed up and ready to go in to painting and deburred. Each hole was deburred using my trusty tool here, which is the router. This is awesome, great RPM with a deburring tip. So each hole had to be deburred front and back. Then each piece was scuffed with this. That's what gave us that pattern. If you can see if you can see your reflection in it, you didn't scuff it good enough. And then each length lateral edge or long edge was run through the buffer. And then the external was also run through the buffer. And then the internal was Scotch-Brite pad internally. So that, I would say, took about, to do all of these pieces, 6 of the caps, the spar, and the doubler, I would say that's about 2 hours worth of work from start to finish. And I'll tell you, oh, and I forgot, I also used my deburring pen and also hit these edges, hit the inside, the lightning holes, these are called not lightning as in lightning kaboom lightning, but lightning as in making lighter, the lightning holes. So each one was done with this. And so I would estimate 2 hours. I'll probably put the time. I know the time when I stopped the video and when I started this video, and I'll tell you exactly how long it took. Your mileage may vary. You may move quicker than I do, but in order, the number one reason why you do this is deburr. I can't say this enough. A lot of people say, well, why do I deburr? Anywhere where metal comes together at 90 degrees, that can potentially lead to stress fracture. So you got to relieve that 90 degrees. You got to take, so anywhere where you got two pieces of metal coming together, an edge, how this is cut, even the way it's cut, this edge here and this edge here, 90 degrees, if that's 90 degrees, a sharp edge can lead to a crack, and a crack can lead to a failure. So it's very important that you, I don't want to say round your edges, but you got to break that 90-degree edge. You know, you got to break it, because if you don't, it could possibly lead to a crack, and a crack can lead. That's why we deburr. Even holes, you got to think of it. Even though it's a round hole, you go, oh, well, it's a round hole. Well, think about it. It's 90 degrees from the, if your hole's drilled right, and I hope it is perfectly 90 degrees from this inside to this outside. So you got to break that. You've got to go through here, and you got to, you know, you don't want to chamfer it. You're not trying to countersink. You're just trying to break that edge. That's the first reason, because you can develop cracks along here, number one. Number two, in order to get this piece to lay flat, if you watch the other video prior to this one, if you get a piece of metal between this piece of metal and the other piece of metal that you're riveting down to, and it holds it off, then that is actually a weak joint and can also lead to failure. The reason why rivets are so strong is because of the compression and the somewhat of the expansion inside the joint. They don't rattle. Fatigue, you know, rattling vibration will lead to fatigue. You know, you should know that by now. You know, just in, you know, think of things that rattle and move around, they eventually wear out. Whereas in a rivet doesn't, there is no room, because it expands outward and expands inward as well, outward in the hole and then inward down, compresses, and it doesn't give it the ability to vibrate. That's why rivets last forever. I don't want to say forever, but they last a mighty long time. There's plenty of airplanes, boats, and stuff that have been riveted very early on, and they're still solid as the day they were done. So, all right. Wow, what a day in the shop. All right, so we are ready to paint. I think what I'm going to do is give it a rest. I've got to degrease this. I degrease it with acetone or even Dawn dishwashing soap. If you use Dawn, it's very important that you give it a good rinse and everything. And if it bubbles up, like, or not bubbles up, but if it bunches up like wax, then that's not good. It should just sheet off. It should just fall off. It shouldn't look like you just got done waxing your car and running water on there. It should just do it. That's why I use acetone for the most part. Acetone flashes off and stuff. So tomorrow's EAA club, Sunday probably, and Monday's a holiday here in the States, so I will probably get back in, not probably, I will, God willing, I will get back into the shop. The parts are ready to be degreased and then primed, and I'll lay those out. Hopefully, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the bracket, Spar bracket, comes in tomorrow from Vans. They said about 3 days with priority mail. So hopefully we can get going on that, and that won't hold us up. But we can continue. There's enough work to be done here. So tomorrow, or the next video, will be me getting these ready to be primed and then priming them, letting them cook. Also, I am going to, in that video, I am planning on building the support structure for the horizontal stabilizer, so like a cradle that the horizontal stabilizer will sit in as I am putting it or assembling it together. But another great day in the shop. It is hotter than blazes. It is the dog days. My glasses are fogging up and they're falling down. But it is the dog days of summer, and here in Florida, I don't know, I might even go out fishing. I got my Salt Life hat, Salt Strong hat on. I might just load up at well, I can't. I got EAA. See, there you go. See, you guys are watching my brain work. So enough of that. I don't want to give you too much insight in the inner workings of my noggin here. But once again, thanks for joining me. Thanks for telling your friends about me, other RV builders, other people that want to build RVs, or people that are just interested in building airplanes and stuff. Thanks for letting them know ahead of time. I want to say thank you. And like always, make sure you hit the like button, the notification, and leave a comment if you have a question, concern. If you have a better way, I got some really good ideas from you guys, and that's what it's all about. Leave the comments about the airplane or building the airplane, or if you see anything that I'm doing wrong or whatever, feel free. It's all it's a community here. There's no well, there is a right way of doing it, but and hopefully I am doing it that way. But if you see me do something that's not right, let me know. You might save my life. More importantly, you might save my family's life. So no, we're pretty strict on our quality assurance here. So, but like always, just leave a comment. Don't care about the politics and stuff. Just keep it to the airplane. And may you have a great weekend. Spend the holidays with your family. If you haven't reached out to them yet, give them a call. Let them know you're thinking about them. And with that, I just want to say God bless you. Take care. Be safe.